So I'm going to be making some more paper squishies today. If you don't know what a paper squishy is, because I didn't know what they were at first either, I'll show you what I've made so far. So it's pretty much just paper that you draw on and you put tape over and you fill it with fluff, which I need to grab the fluff in a second, but here's my hair straightening paper squishy. I have a paper squishy hair straightening video if you want to check that out. I have a whole playlist titled Paper Squishy that has all my paper squishy related videos. Yeah, this was the first one I made, actually, I think. My channel logo picture. I tried to make it like the back of the pillow. I made a few mistakes, and you can see I have a whole video of showing the full process of making a turtle, and then Gudetama, a video of making him as well, and this little paint palette. I've used this in a video, a face painting video, where I like paint your face, and on this side I call this the base for the paint. So yeah, it's fun. All the different colors. I used alcohol markers that I have to color. Most of them I use either alcohol markers or acrylic. Okay, and then I have a makeup collection of paper squishies. So if you want to jump ahead to me making the ones I'm going to make today, you can skip ahead to that timestamp. But for those that haven't seen them yet and that are curious, this is like setting powder. So yeah, I have a makeover video as well on the paper squishy playlist. We have foundation. I think this is one of the first ones I made, and I do have a video of making this, as well as the blush. A little blush, and it's a little brush. It's tiny. Lipstick. Whoops. And then I have bronzer, and then like mascara. I just beauty blender. I use this for like with the blush. Like and then a glow stick. Eyeliner / eyebrow. Mascara. And last but not least, the bronzer stick with a kabuki bronzer brush. So today I was thinking about making a, like, I don't know how it's gonna work yet, but a like paper squishy notepad with a paper squishy pencil and measuring tape. We'll see if I can pull it off. But yeah. Whoop. So I have paper, and this is just basic. I got this from Amazon. Basic like printer paper. copy paper. I've been using this tape, and I got some more of just Scotch clear tape and fluff. You can get the whole bag of this from Walmart for like $5, like $5 or $6. And I've only used that much with all the paper squishies I've done. It's a pretty big bag of fluff, so I think I'm gonna start with the notepad, and I'm gonna do like just, I'm not the best at tutorials or like explaining things, so that's why I just record the whole process. You can take what you need from it. So I'm just gonna start doing it, and okay, so you can see better, I'm just gonna go. I've been using this as a straight edge, so just figuring out first like how big I want the notepad. It's gonna be like this notepad that I've used in Roleplay kind of thing, where you can like flip it up like this. But it's gonna be very simple, so maybe just like a few pages. Maybe like I don't know for sure, something like this. Is that too big? That's probably fine. And I'm just gonna kind of use my desk as a straight edge, and I guess I don't need this whole part. And make that line darker so I know where to cut. There. So for the pages of the notepad, I'm thinking just leaving them blank, or I could make it look like note paper with like the lines. Maybe I'll add the lines, because that might be just like blue lines. That might be kind of cool with like marker. But I'm gonna I think I'm just gonna cut them out first. So I want at least 5 pages. I'm gonna try to cut them all at the same time. Actually, oh, that's like pretty much right in the middle. Okay, I could have just done that. I don't know why I didn't just think about that. Just folding it in 4s. Okay, you could just skip what I just did and just fold the paper into 4s. Unless you want it more like long. I don't know. I just wanted it longer, less square. But we can do that when we add the top part. It will probably look longer. Okay. So you don't need to mark anything. Just fold your paper into 4 quadrants. twice, fold it twice, and then cut those lines. Maybe I will draw the lines first. So I love these acrylic markers so much. They don't leave streaky lines, and they don't bleed through. The alcohol markers, on the other hand, definitely bleed through if you're not using the correct paper. So like this regular copy paper will definitely have the alcohol markers bleeding through. But I think this would be a good blue to use. I could just, I don't have a ruler, so I'm just using what I have here. Or, you know, you can just do it by hand and go for a more cartoony vibe, I suppose. Okay, these are big. Okay, that's definitely not even, so I'm probably gonna put that on a side that you're not gonna see as much. So I'm gonna need 10 of these if I'm gonna make 5 pages, because you want front and the back, and then you'll fill it with fluff. So about 2.5 sheets. Okay, that one's a bad job too, but that's okay. Would they just have a line? I could do the lines going down too, with the red. Make it look more notebooky. Oh my goodness, that line was terrible. Oh, I always do that on accident. I just have fun with it. These are usually very spur of the moment, like not very perfectly measured out or done. I had gotten a lot of requests to show how I made this one, but it's literally just four long rectangles and then a middle strip connecting the two, and then paper and tape connecting the two. It's like it's nothing fancy, just don't overthink it. Unless you want to overthink it and you want it to be perfect, then go for it. My style has been not perfect because if I even go down that rabbit hole, I will spiral out of control and it will never be perfect. But that's just my personality, so I just let it be more free to make mistakes. So notepad, and then I guess notepads usually have both sides. Yeah, okay. The molded hamburger, and then hot dog. I'm just gonna go straight across. Maybe I should have paper under this just so I don't mark up my desk so much. See, the acrylics are just so smooth. Oops. Yeah, I definitely was curving it a little too much, but it's fine. For some reason, I keep wanting to curve the middle upward. I don't know why. Red. It's like eight. Now we just need 2 more. I also want to do more than 5. I'm just imagining like 5 is probably gonna be plenty because it's gonna, yeah, we'll just see how that works first. Imagining it is reminding me of like the baby books that like have that like squish and like the crinkly sounds. I imagine that's what the notebook's gonna be like, kind of, hopefully, but probably not the same crinkly sound because I'm using fluff and not whatever's in those. I should have one that's just the back of the notepad, so I have to keep that in mind. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah. Okay, apparently, I haven't actually looked this up for myself, but my husband said that he saw somewhere on the news or something that the Little House on the Prairie is dropping the Netflix new, what do you call it? Like, Netflix is doing their own rendition of Little House on the Prairie, and I'm so excited for that. I trust that they would probably do a good job. It probably will never match the original, but because they did a good job with Anne of Green Gables. The original was really good, but then the Netflix version I also really like in its own way. So I'm like excited to see how they do the Little House on the Prairie. It's supposed to be like coming out in like July, I think. So July 9th. Is that red? Okay, yeah. But like, I wonder how long they're gonna, I hope they don't just like start it and then drop it off. Because Little House on the Prairie, I don't know how many seasons, but it's a lot of seasons. Because it literally goes from the time that Laura Ingalls is like a little child to like an adult. So that's the thing with the Anne of Green Gables, the Netflix version, Anne with an E. Like, they could have kept it going, but they made it, like, they stopped it like too soon, I think, in my opinion. They like rushed the ending, and they could have like kept the whole storyline going, with Anne and Gilbert sending letters while she's in college. It would have been so cute. And then seeing them get married and have babies, that would have been really cool. Oh, I just needed, that's okay. Actually, I guess we're doing 6 pages. So I should probably tape these before I cut. That would be easiest. I'm gonna tape as close as I can to the edge, but not all the way, because it's gonna get taped on the edge anyways, and when you go to put the fluff in and connect them. And I am gonna cut every single piece. You could technically like cut like this and then fold the two and then tape those two together, but I feel like it makes it a different vibe when it stays connected. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just will end up better if I just cut and then tape together. Okay. Be careful not to get smudges. There was like marker on my finger that got on the tape. Yeah. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to commit. So there's like all this space right here. I'm gonna get my little, sometimes you realize too late that it's not straight. So, for those of you that watched my little drag path drawing and ramble, and then I made another, well, in one of my soda bag videos, I mentioned that this really cool YouTube channel, Full of Eyes, was making an animation with the song Heathens and, what was it? Heathens and Trees, the live stream version. They did this beautiful animation, like displaying the gospel, and it's really cool. The creator like has done beautiful animations like that for like years, that I've seen. Like, it's not anything AI related, because he's been doing it for years. Anyways, so I mentioned that I think I might have mistakenly mentioned that that was probably something that Tyler Joseph had talked with him about, but I'm totally wrong. There's like no actual connection between the two people. It's just something that he felt led to do, because I saw in the comments like somebody said like, I hope Tyler Joseph sees this, and he's like, yes, I hope so too, kind of thing. So I was like, oh, I was under the impression that somehow he like, there was some connection, and because there were songs in the past that Tyler Joseph sang that he made animations to, and I guess I assumed that you have to have permission in order to not be copyrighted. So I assumed that there had to have been some sort of collab, but I guess because in the description it says like his videos aren't monetized and all rights reserved to the owner, 21 Pilots. So I guess that's how he keeps it from getting like copyrighted. So yeah, I was wrong about that. But either way, beautiful video. It came out yesterday, I think. Yeah, so definitely check that out. It was super pretty illustration of the gospel through like the song Heathens and Trees. It like came out really awesome. I've always felt in the past when I would listen to Trees like Tyler's crying out to God, so it was just really cool to see that, to see somebody else's interpretation be like really similar to how I felt too. So and now we're gonna cut the pieces. Let me make sure I can see this fold. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a cat on the roof. It's such a jump scare for me, getting used to that. Especially in the middle of the night. And it just sounds like somebody's crawling on the roof. It was raining. I was hoping it would keep raining so y'all could hear it in the background kind of, but I think it might still be raining. It's just very quiet. These videos always end up longer than I intend. I haven't even finished the notepad yet, and we're already at like 30 minutes. Okay. That's okay. People would say they want longer videos to fall asleep to anyways. Although I might be waking up a lot with the abrupt noises of tape and such. I want to do another video with my steno machine, but I don't know like if I should continue the storyline with like the court reporter roleplay that I did, or if I should do something different. So I saw the 21 Pilots concert in Mexico that they filmed for the theaters. I saw it in theaters, and there was like a thing at the beginning that had like a QR code that said something like to continue the experience, do the QR code. And I didn't move fast enough to do that, but I'm like, so I was wondering if like me and my sister missed something because we didn't do the QR code, but it didn't look like many others did either. I was thinking maybe it was just like it would provide what was happening on the screen on your phone just to make sure you could see everything. I don't know. Did anybody else go to the theater concert, whatever you call it? So I just came across this really awesome YouTube channel. I keep mentioning YouTube channel. And I'm not gonna say the name right, so I'm gonna look it up really quick. But I just wanted to mention it because it's like a super helpful tool I found. Hard Dive with, I think it's channeI, is how you say your name? channeI Gibson and Holly Rigos. I can link it below. But they have gone through the entire Bible chronologically, 2 years, and then this is their 3rd year in a row, I think, that they're doing it. I think. But anyways, I have like a whole playlist that has all the phase 1 of going through the whole book, going through the whole Bible in 2024, and then I have phase 2, 2025. So that's just a really awesome resource if you're struggling to read the Bible, you don't know where to start, or you don't feel like you have any structure. You can follow along with them. They have, like, as they went through I'm gonna try to go through their 2024 Bible in a year, and they literally uploaded every single day, and they have a whole bunch of resources on like the reading plan, like what to read each day, and like studies to have like questions to ask if you want to even do it like either for yourself or in a group. Like if you want to have a small group of your own, you can use that as a guide. They have all these resources on their website. Anyways, so I just wanted to mention that because I've been struggling with like consistent daily reading and structure in my Bible reading, so I am gonna try following along with them because I was trying to chronologically read the Bible. I did once and I was trying to do it again, and I kept falling off the bandwagon, so hopefully with their resources I can do it. And they emphasize like how their videos and resources are supplemental. Like first and foremost, you should read the Bible for yourself, and yeah, so like that's what's important, but it can be good to help get you started and get you keep the momentum going if you're struggling. on days that I'm really struggling, I'll just put the Bible on audio, sometimes like in song, like a easier book to read that helps re-ground my mind in the truth of who God is. I'll like read something in Psalms, like on audio, and just let it sink in, and then spending time in prayer to get out all the thoughts. If I'm like really struggling for whatever reason mentally, I journal. I have like prayer journals, and I'll just get it all out in prayer. I give him every last bit. My pastor talks about like giving God like the last, what's he call it, like the last 2% or something like that. Because sometimes we, like sometimes in relationships with other people, we hold back the messiness, and sometimes we do that with God too, but he's like the one person you should give every ounce of messiness, because he can take it and use it and transform you if you give it to him. All the raw, real emotions. You see in Psalms, like David was real and raw, so there's no reason why you can't be either. If his writings literally made it into the Bible, and yeah. He knows our thoughts anyways. It helps, but it helps us to admit and realize and reflect, and he can speak to us. When, I don't know, I feel like I hear him more clearly when I'm open with him. And I'm in the Word as well. Obviously, that's vital. He can speak to us in lots of different ways, but one of the most important is through his Word. And that is the guide he has given us as a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path, and by which we should test all things, and if whatever we're hearing doesn't line up with his Word, then it's not from him. Oof, I feel like I did not cut that straight at all. These lines are very faint. Okay, so I wish I fixed that line. That's gonna bother me. I know like nothing about these are perfect, but for some reason like that specifically is really bothering me. Okay. So I'm gonna make like a back for the I'm trying to think how I want to make this. And I'll figure that out after I fill these with fluff and tape them. Then I need to figure out how much fluff I want to fluff in there. How full? And do I want like the top to be more? Okay. It's always difficult to like not end up taping it because the fluff gets all. Like, is this good enough? So I'm keeping it pretty thin, and then I'm gonna have, we'll see how it looks when they're all stacked on each other. I'm thinking if I might just cut to, I might stop recording and then, yeah, and then I'll come back when I have them all done, and then we'll finish the rest because I still have a pencil and measuring thing to make. Okay, so we have all of the paper, which I'm thinking I might have filled some of them too thick. I'm not sure. But we're gonna go ahead and try to make the backing for it. And I wanted it to be gray. So I'm gonna use one of my alcohol markers for that. Or should I do a fun color? Or like a cardboardy looking, or maybe like, I'm gonna try this one. And I probably just need one side of one to be oh, that's very brown. I could probably just be using brown construction paper, but I don't have any. Okay, I'm not looking for perfection on that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I just want to see if what I'm thinking is even gonna work. I guess I could just use that. I'll just fold Ah! I'm gonna keep it pretty thin because it's gonna be folding. Paper squishies is really just taping pieces of paper together and filling it with fluff. I'm being picky about what I want showing. I feel like it does have kind of the vibe of the baby books I was talking about. That's a bit longer than I was expecting. Maybe not. So I think I'm just gonna tape them in now, like this. Should I use this? Or this? That's fine. That. Okay. It's a very thick notepad. I'm just gonna wait. Should I leave it? Okay. So, but I want to make a paper pencil. And a measuring tape. Let me get started on that. Let me do the measuring tape first. I feel like that will be quicker, hopefully. So I'm gonna use this as a guide, but probably not make it that skinny. The nice thing is I don't have to color this in, I just have to like make some lines. And yeah. So it'll be about 30 inches long. 30. Like that. That'll be enough. I'm just gonna do some pretend measurements. I could just use Sharpie. I'm gonna use Sharpie just because I want to save my acrylic for more meticulous things. Okay, so just tape on this. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. But that's gonna kind of overlap, so. And then, am I gonna do this side that's millimeters? Oh. This is not gonna be a functioning ruler or tape measure. That's okay. Because this part's gonna overlap and I can't like, I'm just gonna 11, 12, 13. $22. Ah. See if anybody notices that. 32, not 23. What in the heck? My brain's glitching. I should have probably just wrote like, then it'll cover, because now these are gonna be in millimeters. Or centimeters. I'm gonna make it easier on myself later and do a timestamp type of picture for the thumbnail. I mean, what did I just say? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, and I'm just gonna mark that. Okay. Now I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Okay. Let me check my battery. Okay, millimeters. Or I keep saying millimeters, centimeters, whatever. see if people notice how botched up this is. Okay. Wait, how many centimeters are in 30 inches? I'm just curious now. 33 inches. 84. I guess if I read that right, I don't know. I keep getting bits of tape everywhere. Now my fingerprints are in the roller. Let's not get too crazy. Okay. last one's harder for some reason. Okay, now this might be difficult, like trying to fill it with fluff. So I got the measuring tape paper squishy idea actually from somebody on TikTok. If you're the one who messaged me about that and you're here, you can let me know in the comments. Because I appreciate the idea. When you said paper squishy and measuring tape, I was like, oh my gosh, why haven't I thought of that? So yeah, thank you. Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay. I'm definitely gonna need the pencil for this. I feel like a pencil is good for when you need help getting the fluff in like skinnier areas, because the rubber eraser helps grip the fluff. But I don't want it to pack too much, actually. Wait. It's a little harder to get out, so. I don't want to have too much. I can't even see where I typed it. Okay, I think you get the gist of it, so I will show you the end result in a second of this. Then we'll get started on the pencil. Okay, whoops, I was gonna slowly unroll that, but so I finished it. It was slightly difficult to make just making sure that it was like evenly distributed. I would suggest doing it little by little, and then there are parts where I wasn't as careful about the tape placement, and so you can see like gaps where you could, you know what I'm saying. there's gaps instead of just seeing the paper, but overall I think it'll do. Oh, maybe this was the side that was more prominent. Yeah, see. I don't love that there's like gaps where you can just see the fluff. I wasn't as careful as making sure the papers were close together when I taped them. So just be aware of that if you don't want that. Yeah, I can roll it up. As I'm rolling it, it reminds me of those like slap-on bracelets. Yeah. And then for the pencil, I'm gonna make like a thick pencil. Like that. Just gonna kind of see how that would work. Probably gonna add the tip on afterwards. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna color it orange and do like the pink eraser. I do like my acrylic orange, but I don't want the ink to run out as fast on my acrylic, so I'm just gonna go in with this. Wait, let me mark where I want like the eraser, and then that type of thing. I'm just gonna mark use this silver. Erase that. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. kind of doing the details. I'll do the eraser in this acrylic pink. Oh, I love that. Should I make like the lines in the pencil? We'll see how it looks first. It's hard trying to make it stay thick. Filling in the details. Any white that's left. And then we'll do the number 2. Make it like a number 2 pencil. I could write to Ticonderoga. That would be fun. It all kind of bleeded together, so. Where did the orange go? Probably this side will overlap. Oh, that's a thick eraser. Tape. Oh. I'm losing things that are right in front of me. I forgot what I was going to test out before. looks like this. It's a very dark orange. I wasn't intending that, but it's okay. Let me figure out how to do the little like that. Maybe that's too tiny. I don't know. Maybe it needs to be on the outside. I mean, I could just draw a half circle and then, or not a half circle, but a whole circle to make it easier for myself. I don't have anything that's circular. I'm just gonna wing it. There's probably a more efficient way to do this, but I'm really struggling with this. Like that. That could work, I just need to color it. Somehow. It just looks silly. I'm gonna make it work. Okay, I don't want this being 12 hours long, so I'm just gonna cut to the finished. Okay, so we finished the pencil, and it's looking like this. The Ticonderoga does not look very legible, but that's okay. It's N number 2, Ticonderoga. And let's see how it sounds on our notepad. And tape. So, hope you enjoyed, and sorry this was kind of scattered and chaotic, but I hope this was helpful to those of you that like to make paper squishies and gave some more inspo hopefully. I will catch you next time. I have a mess to clean up now. Bye. Thanks for watching.